Welcome back, artists. Today we are going to finish up our pumpkins by adding some grass, a stem, and maybe some leaves if you want to. So you're going to need your pumpkin that has your face, and then you're going to need your green paper, some glue, and a pair of scissors. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut out a rectangle of green paper. Now you can decide how big you want this rectangle to be or how little. So I'm essentially trimming off the white parts because I don't want to accidentally use them. I want it to be green for the grass and for the stem. And now that I have a nice solid green rectangle, I'm going to start to cut. The first thing I'm going to do is a stem. So I'm going to cut a rectangle for the size of stem that I want it to be, how wide I want it to be. And then I want to change the shape. So remember when you have a stem, it starts thick, but then it gets thinner at the top. So I can just angle my scissors at the top, or I could even do a curve if I wanted to get extra tricky. So here is my stem for my pumpkin. It goes off the paper a little bit. If you don't like that, you can trim it so it'll all fit. Or it could hang off the paper. I think I'm going to let it hang off a little bit. Now the next step is some grass. So we want the grass to kind of cover up the ground, but we don't want it to cover up our pumpkin. So we're going to use a couple of different techniques. So what I like to do is first is I just start to try to cut a really long skinny triangle. So I have a straight edge on one side and an angle on this first one, and this one will fit right along the edge here. And then I can do another cut, so I see that this one is thicker than this one, so I'm going to start here and work my way thinner. And our goal for the grass is to have at least 5 pieces of grass. So here I have, notice how it's covering up a little bit of the pumpkin, but it doesn't cover up the important stuff. So we don't want it to go like right over the front. Now I need to get some more grass in here, but I don't want them to be so tall. So I could use these little scraps that I have here to be pieces of my grass. Or I could cut some that are a little bit shorter. So I'm going to start maybe here, have one that goes like this. Maybe I just cut this one off so that here's another one. Maybe I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to turn it into a leaf. So I'm going to round this a little bit. And maybe I'll have my leaf look like an eyebrow on here. If I'm going to do an eyebrow, maybe I should do 2 of them. So I'll take another one of these leaves and turn it into more of a eyebrow shape. Now that I'm happy with my layout, it is time to glue. Now that we are finished with gluing down our grass and our stem, our final step is to double check the edges. So do you see how I put mine a little bit past the edges here? Very similar to how I did the teeth. I'm just going to flip this over. And I'm going to use my scissors to trim off that extra grass. I just line up my scissors with the edge of the paper and I cut. And now that I'm all finished, the last step is to write your name on your paper. An artist always signs their artwork, so you want to make sure that you sign your artwork. I would like for you to write your name, first and last, on the purple part, anywhere in the background. So I'm going to write my name up here. Oops. And I am using a Sharpie for this. so it will stand out nice and strongly. And then don't forget your class code. You guys are in kindergarten with Mrs. Tukendorf, so that's KTUK. And then you're all done. You did it.